The day Marcus buried his mother, he buried God with her. He stood at the graveside listening to a pastor talk about purpose and heaven, and all he could think was how cruel those words sounded, next to a woman who raised him alone, worked herself sick, and still died begging God for more time. If God was real, Marcus decided, he was either powerless or cruel. Either way, Marcus wanted nothing to do with him. Grief didn't hit all at once. It crept in. First came the drinking, just to sleep, then the missed work days, then the nights where he stared at the ceiling, replaying his mother's last voicemail, because he was too busy to answer when she called. "You good?" people asked. "Yeah," he lied. Years passed, but Marcus didn't move forward. He just sank. The man who once laughed easily now avoided mirrors. Bills piled up, friends faded. He stopped believing his life mattered at all. One night after losing his job and sitting alone in his car, Marcus whispered, "Not a prayer, just anger. If you're real, you failed me." Silence. He slammed his door and walked into a dim convenience store. Ahead of him, a man stood shaking at the counter, counting coins with hands that clearly hurt from the cold. The cashier looked annoyed. Marcus felt that ache in his chest again, the one he ignored every time. Why should I care? No one cared when I needed it. But his feet moved anyway. "I'll cover it," Marcus said, voice barely steady. Outside, the man broke down crying. "My wife died last month," he said. "I asked God today for a sign not to give up." Marcus felt his throat close. He drove home and cried for the first time since his mother's funeral. Deep, ugly sobs. Not because everything was fixed, but because something cracked open. For the first time, Marcus realized maybe God hadn't abandoned him. Maybe God was still working. Not through miracles, but through moments, through people who were just as broken, choosing kindness anyway. Marcus still grieved. He still struggled. But he started showing up, first for others, then slowly for himself. And one quiet night, sitting alone, he finally prayed. Not for answers, not for explanations, but for strength. And that was enough to begin again.